Welcome back. Please welcome illusionist Rick Thomas. Rick, it's great to see you again.
It's a pleasure.
Now, if you may not remember, I was his assistant for a day, and he made me disappear, and then somehow I ended up back at the studio. So
The producers actually asked that, is there any way to not bring her back? That's what they actually in private said, oh yeah, can you just make her disappear?
Oh, well, unfortunately, you weren't that good, because here I am. Okay. So, Rick, how long have you been doing magic?
Too long.
Illusions. Too long.
My entire existence. I started magic when I was 7 years old. I went professional at 17. I was the first, or the youngest, solo performer for Disneyland Hotel. I did 3 shows a night for 2 years at the age of 17.
That's incredible.
18 and 19.
Now, what do you love most about performing?
The time I have to spend with the audience. When I walk out, right before I walk out on stage, I tell myself, I hope they like me, I hope they enjoy the show. And it's gone way beyond the magic. I tell everybody, it's not about the magic, it's about the relationship we actually have in the show itself, because we only have 2 hours together. That audience in that room to me is extremely special, because that's the only time that all of us are going to have together the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
That group of people will never be together again. We'll never have that opportunity again, and that's what the magic's all about.
Yeah, well, you are magic. I mean, just your personality, and you are inspiring. And speaking of inspiring, I understand that you have a podcast now and a TikTok.
And TikTok.
And TikTok.
I'm so sorry I'm on TikTok, but at least it's videos that are worth watching.
Hey, there you go. That's all you can do for people, right? That's the goal for everyone.
What's the whole concept of your podcast?
My podcast is Nothing Happens Until You Dream. And about 8 weeks ago, I started the podcast with a radio hostess, Tammy Trujillo, out of Los Angeles, California. We knew each other when we were in college, and she called me up and said, we need to do this podcast. And there's like 500,000 podcasts on Apple. You can go to Apple, Spotify, and once again, it's nothinghappensuntillyoudream.com. And we are currently in arts and entertainment, number 120.
That's
amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty thrilled. So you better get online and find out what this is all about.
It means you really are
It's quite
inspiring.
Yeah, of course. Now, let's talk about you performing a little bit more. So what can people expect when they come see Rick Thomas live?
My Mansion of Dreams has been years in the making. And I often say it took me years to become an instant success. Have you felt that?
I hear you.
And Mansion of Dreams is all about bringing an audience who actually become my invited guests in the mansion and enjoy my mansion as a magician. And I walk them through the halls of the mansion, and they experience all the different amazing things in the Mansion of Dreams.
Yeah. Now, I've seen it, you do quite a few things, and they are not easy things that you do. How do you pull it off where it looks so seamless and so graceful, but yet you're doing all of these things to make this magic happen?
One of the greatest effects that I've created in the show is called eridage, or dancing or flying in the air. And Tara, my wife, who's actually from Zimbabwe.
It is amazing, by the way.
Born and raised there. She came to Las Vegas and tried out for the show.
If you don't go to see him, go to see her.
Go to see Tara. She's the actual star of the show. 3 years after she tried out for my show, I married her. But I make her float, fly, and dance in the air. And it literally is, it is shockingly, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. Sight and Sound, Sight and Sound, right, out here in this area?
Yeah.
Sure.
So Sight and Sound, they came to me, and it's a very religious show. And they watched this show, and they watched Tara fly in the air, and they literally came up to me and said, can you help make us help us make Jesus float?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, what? I thought he already does.
That's incredible.
And they go, no, not like this, because she truly flies in the air.
That's amazing.
So one day, after the show, a gentleman came up to me, and he was with his son. And the dad said, do you remember when you made Tara float, fly, and actually dance in the air? And I said, of course. He said, my son turned to me and he said, Dad, he has the Force with him.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Isn't that special?
Yes. Now tell people when your shows are and where they can get more information online.
They are nightly at the Moon River Theater in Branson, Missouri, and they are 7:30. In fact, I think, hey, Garth Brooks is coming in this weekend, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Didn't he sell out 350,000 people shows? Is
Something
what it
like
is?
that. Pretty crazy.
Okay, I have a 2,000 seat theater.
Yeah.
It would be nice that a few of you, after
Could come and fill the seats.
after seeing
Yeah.
his
Right.
show, at least somebody can fill that 2,000 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, this is a guy you do want to see. He is the
Yes.
real deal. So we appreciate you coming in, and you're magical. I
Yes.
just love it.
Well,
Thanks
I'm
for joining
thrilled.
us.
We promise you the finest magical production in the world that just happens to be in Branson.
That's
Love it.
right. All
Love
right.
it.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, up next on Ozarks Live, you know we love